He wasn't breathing. The storm leaned close like a hungry animal. Mara dropped to her knees on the rail-slick deck, palms pressed to the captain's cold chest. "Come back," she whispered. Wind hammered the skyship. Ropes screamed. The clouds above stacked like black mountains. Lit from inside by crawling veins of light, a rule echoed in her head. Never beg the sky. It remembers, she begged anyway. "Take me instead." The clouds growled. Lightning flickered, waiting. Then a voice slid down the mast with the rain, dry as sparks on bone. "Bargain noted. Price?" "Anything," she said. "Name it. Pay with secrets." Her stomach nodded. The storm wanted truth, not coin. The old stories called it storm grudging, the storm that gives only to hold a grudge, the storm that collects interest in pain. She looked at the captain's face. Lines carved by salt and sleepless nights. Jaw dark with blood. He had pulled her out of gutter alleys and put a knife in her hand and called it a future. She wouldn't let him sink into darkness. Not him. What kind of secrets? She asked. Not gossip, the sky said. Not flavor. I want the ones that rot the roots. The ones that make you flinch when you hear your name. Mara swallowed. Fine. She leaned closer to the mast so no one else would hear. Rain slapped her hair against her cheeks. I forged my papers to board this ship. Snack, said the storm. Thunder rolled with a lazy chuckle. More, my name isn't Mara, she blurted. It's Myrakest. I changed it 5 ports back. The skyship pitched. A coil of lightning draped itself over the highest sail like a pale serpent. Appetizer. The main course. Every second the captain cooled against her hands. The crew shouted below, trying to reef the torn sails. The storm licked the edges of the world. She could taste metal on her tongue. Mara closed her eyes. She saw a dusk-lit cove. A lantern on a cliff. A signal pattern every sailor knew. She saw herself turn the lantern wrong, a single dash where there should have been 2. The reef took a small boat in silence. That night, the city paid her to keep quiet. That night, the sea swallowed a girl who sang off-key and gave Mara the only ribbon she owned. She forced the words out. I called the reef, she whispered. For coin. I killed a boat by mistake. A child was on it. The lightning didn't move. It listened like a priest. Payment accepted, the storm said, pleased. But interest is due. Bring him back, Mara said. Please. The mast bloomed with white fire. Lightning hit like a hammer. The deck glowed. The smell was hair and resin and rain. The captain's body arched. His eyes snapped open, deep and too bright, silver threaded with blue. He breathed. Mara choked on relief, so sharp it hurt. Captain? She tried to smile and it broke on her face. Hold on. You're going to be... He looked at her like she was a map to a trap. The pupils were wrong. Stormlight swam there. He sat up slow, ribs shuddering, then spoke in a tone that wasn't quite his. Who turned the lantern wrong? Mara froze. The world narrowed to the place behind her ribs. He shouldn't know. No one should know. He reached for the rail and stood, taller than the fear she had lived inside for years. Rain ran off him in sheets. Say her name, he said softly. The girl on the boat? Mara's chest caved inward. Linnet, she said. Linnet Ash. A gust tore across the deck, almost laughing. The storm had not just taken her secret. It had given it away. Crew boots thudded. He's up, shouted Jory the helmsman. Faces gathered, drenched and wide-eyed. In every stare she felt the shape of what came next, suspicion, then law. Then a rope got Mara threw her weight under the captain's arm. We need shelter, she said. Below, now. His hand closed on her wrist, iron strong. Not a rescue. A shackle. You owe, he said, voice threading with thunder. And the storm keeps ledgers. They staggered down the wet steps to the companionway. Lamps hissed. The hull groaned like a living thing. Behind them, the crew argued. She bargained, someone hissed. You heard the mast. Never bargain twice, muttered the quartermaster. Rule of the squall. Another rule, don't speak true names under a crown of fire, or the sky will claim them. In the map room, the captain let her go. He stared at the charts. His fingers trembled once and stilled. For a heartbeat, he was himself tired, stubborn, human. Then the storm ran a shadow across him. Why did you save me? He asked without looking up. Because you saved me. The truth shook out of her like coins. Because I can't do it again. I can't watch a good person go under and do nothing. He turned. The storm made a whispering sound in the walls, like rain on ash. A good person, he said, so soft it hurt. Did a child deserve the reef? No, Mara said. She didn't. The words burned. But I'm trying to be better than who I was. The ship lurched. A bell clanged. Jory's shout knifed through the wood. Mast on fire! They ran back to the deck. The topgallant wore a crown of lightning, bright and terrible. Fire raced the ropes without burning them. The old prophecy came back to her in a scrap of dockside rhyme. When the mast wears a crown of fire, the debt-taker comes. And it came. The lightning gathered itself. Not a bolt, a shape. It stepped down the glowing stays, tall and thin, made of scars and daylight. No face. Only a mouth like a crack in ice. Interest, it said. Mara's crew stumbled backward. Knives flashed without courage. The captain stood between the thing and the helm, chin up, eyes storm bright. He looked like a legend. He looked like a warning. What do you take? Mara asked, voice steady because fear had burned through. More secrets, said the storm. Bigger, deeper, the ship's true name. The name stitched under its paint. Every ship had a born name carved in the keel, spoken only once at launch. Speak it again, and the sky could unmake the hull with a sigh. She knew the rules. Everyone did. No, Mara said. Take mine instead. You are emptying, the storm replied. Your big secret spilled. You have one left, a taste of iron. Static crawled her skin. But if I take it, you will forget who you are. You will be a mouthful of other people's stories. The crew stared at her. Even the rain held its breath. The captain's hand twitched toward her, a warning or a plea. She couldn't tell. Mara thought of alleyways in first, knives and the ribbon tied around her wrist by a girl with an off-key voice. She thought of the captain teaching her the knots, cursing softly when she miscounted. She thought of the crew who would die if the ship's true name was spoken. Take it, she said. The captain moved fast, faster than she'd ever seen. He caught her shoulders. Don't, he said. The storm braided through his voice. There's another way. What way? She asked. Hope was a dangerous spark. It wanted dry kindling, his lips shaped words she had never heard him say. A confession lived there, heavy as an anchor. Because, he said, and the thunder inside him faltered, I am Linnet's father. The deck tilted under Mara's feet. The storm hissed, delighted. The crew gasped like one throat. Memories collided in her chest and shattered. She saw his eyes in the girl's face, the laugh, the song. She saw the lantern's wrong dash. She saw the coin. Lightning leaned in to listen. Mara took a breath that scraped. Then let me fix what I broke, she said. Tell me the other way. The storm smiled its crack. Time, it said, tasting the word. Time costs more than secrets. Mara stepped forward, rain cold in her eyes. Then write the price. The lightning raised its hand, like this kind of storm bargain chaos. Hit follow so you catch the next strike.